guys, welcome back to the channel again. Today we will solve the 15th question of July leetcode challenge. So our question is reverse word in a string. So what we have given a string, and in that string the words are separated by their spaces. So we have to reverse each and every word in the string such that if we read the string, each and every word is reversed. Means blue should be at first, the D should be at the end, East should be at the second position, and sky should be at the last second position. Similarly, we have to do this thing, and one more thing we have to do, which is we have to remove the leading spaces and trailing spaces also, and we have to remove extra spaces between the digits, or sorry, between the words. In this case we have more than 3 spaces, so we have to reduce it to 1. So we required 1 space between each letter, or sorry, each digit. So in brief, what we have to do, we have to reverse the letters, or sorry, reverse the words in a string and remove the extra spaces in front, between, or at the end. So now for understanding the question and the solution properly, we will take this as example. In this we have to reverse this string according to their words. So what we have to do, we have to change this string to a new string which will be Amit with competitive. Amit with competitive. So this is what we have to do. We have to change this word, sorry, change this string into this string. Now we have first option that we can directly pick the last letter, place it at the starting, and pick the second letter and place it at the end. But this process or this thing will become typical when we will have more than a string which have more than 2 digits, or sorry, digits, not words, more than 2 words, or more than 50 words, or more than 1000 words. Then this condition will become a typical to implement. So we will not take this condition, or we will not use this approach. So which approach we will use? First of all, we'll pick the first letter, place it in a word. So first competitive will be there. Now we'll pick the second letter, sorry, second digit or second word, place it at the starting only. So with will come at second. After this, Amit will pick the last digit, or in this case third digit, and we will place it in the starting. So what basically we have to do, we have to pick each word from the starting, place it in a string, and whenever the word comes, place it at the starting only. So we will get our answer. We does not require to care for even number of words, odd number of words, and with the help of this only we will replace, or we will remove the spaces between them and at the starting and at the end also, because we will not implement any spaces at the end and at the starting only. And when we will push every word, we will just add 1 space. So by this all our problems will be solved. The removal of spaces, the removal of words, sorry, the removal of in between spaces, and the swapping of words. So in short, what we have to do, pick sequence wise word and place it at the starting of a string. Just this thing we have to do. So now we have to implement this. So now we will see our implementation. So this is the solution for this question. So what we have to do, first of all, we have to check that the string is empty or not. So this thing we are checking in this 6th line, that the string is empty or not. Now we are initializing our result, which will store our final answer, and we are just initializing 2 values, index 1 and index 2, which will store the starting index of word and ending index of each word when we will iterate over all these 3. Now what we will do first, that we will check that if any space exists or not. If there is no space, then we will not swap anything, because we does not require to replace anything, because if no space is there means one single word is there, so we does not require to do that. So for that, what we are trying to find, we are just trying to find the last digit, which have uh, space, means which does not have space. If that thing comes to be -1, means we does not have any letter, so this will be removed, or this way we will return that index does not have any value. Else what we will do, we will erase s from index +1. Now what this is doing, this is removing the extra spaces from the end. This main thing it is doing, that it is just removing the extra spaces from the word or from the string. Suppose we have written something here and at the end we have some spaces. So first of all, it will find the last digit which is not a space, so it will point the last digit. Then all the words or all the digits all the spaces will be left. So now first of all we will check that string is the string is empty or not. If the string is empty, then again it will return the empty string. Else what it will do, it will remove all the points. Now the main things, or the main code comes, where what we have to do, we have to iterate over all the values. Now in this, while is starting from 0, what we are trying to do, we are trying to pick every digit. Now our index will be initially at 0, because our first string will be starting from 0 only. Now there may be some spaces before, so to remove before spaces, we are just using this find first not of. Means what this function is doing, this function is finding the first digit which does not consist of this thing, this character. There's a space character. So if a string is there in which some leading spaces are there, then this will pick the first letter of that string, or first letter of that particular word. Now what we are just doing, we are just checking that our index or our values which is coming is correct or not. This is just for debugging that I am doing correctly or not. Now we are just checking that index is equals to -1 or not. When this will be -1, this will be a great thing. So it will be -1 when it does not find any digit or any letter which does not have space. When this will happen, when all the words will be traversed, then this thing will be happen, and then nothing will be happen in the loop, and the loop will be executed and the result will be returned. Now suppose we find our letter at 0th index. So here A is there. Now first of all, what we will check, that where our word ends. So how we will check that? We are currently on this. So what I'll do, I'll operate a find which will find the first space where it will be there. Suppose here Amit is there. So it will find the space at 4th index. So it will return 4, and index is initially at 1. Now we have two values, one 4 and one at 0. Now what this 4 is pointing, 4 is pointing the space, and we are pointing, the index is pointing the first index of the element. Now we are checking that result is empty or not. Now if result is empty, then we will not append any spaces between the digits. Means what we are trying to do, suppose we have in result Amit. Now I want to insert one more digit, or one more word in front of it. So before that we have to add a space. So for adding that space, we are using this syntax, that if result is not empty, or result having one word or any digit, then this will add one space in between, and then it will go further. Now suppose till now we have implemented that we have found the first index of the digit word and the last index +1. Now our result will be iterated from starting to end. Now what this substring is doing, this is picking the word from here to here. If there are 4 letters, then it is picking 4 letters and it is appending the word at the starting of the result. And At the end, if index is 0, then index is index 2, which is pointing the space, will be initialized as new index, because if first word occurred, suppose first word occurred, then we are currently on this. Now next word will be starting from somewhere here. So again we'll iterate over same thing and we'll execute the same thing, and if we does not found any character or anything else, then we will return our result. So this is how we will solve this question. So now we will submit our solution. Before that, we will first remove this cout, which we have used for debugging the code. So now if we submit the solution, we got correct answer. So this is a simple approach. I have not used direct approach because I just want to explain you two more things in C++, which is find last not of and find first not of. So I know that till now you must understand the two things, that last not of and first not of. So this is the solution for the 15th question of July LeetCode challenge. Thank you guys. For more such content, like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe.